No one's saying you don't have a right to try to get your hostages, but it seems to be like that's not even the case anymore. I don't even think they care. Not the families of those people. But Bibi, I never hold the actions of a government to people. When I was younger, I was like that. You know, I lost 30 people in my family in 1998. They were massacred by the Serbian army in the Kosovo War. That was the last war of the Yugoslav wars. Yugoslavia was a country with different ethnicities, and then wars started in the early 90s, and they finished with my people. So I lost about 28 people, okay, in a single day. First cousin was shot over 20-something times. I don't know how he survived. That's how I know that unless God says it's your time, you're not going to die. 28 bullets in his legs on top of a mountain, being hunted down by the military. No food, no water, no medical attention, with his arms, his leg tied around his neck with his belt, coming down a mountain, sometimes having to drop off of like cliffs for like 200 feet. And I got the call he was dead already. A week later, he turns up alive. People walked into the World Trade Center 10 minutes too early. They didn't come home. I'm gonna go to work early. I believe in that divine wisdom. Yeah, we got free will, Jada, but the game board is rigged by God. Meaning, I couldn't control. Could you control to who you were born? You had no choice in that, right? That's where you were inserted into the simulation of this planet, meaning the simulation that God created to try those of us that are righteous and those of us that are not. That's what this whole thing is.
Yeah.
This is the matrix that God created. So he puts you in with his divine wisdom where you're supposed to be, that only he has the knowledge to possess.
Yeah.
You have chosen with your free will how you're going to act, how you're going to respond. There's things that I didn't want to lose who I considered my brother, my mom's brother, but I call him my brother because people don't know the relationship. I loved him more than anyone. It'll be 11 years tomorrow that I lost him in a car accident. Forever changed my life. It's a hole that will never be filled. It's a pain that never goes away. I didn't choose that event to happen, but I had to deal with it.
Yeah.
So the game board of life is rigged by the Creator, by God. How we respond, that's our salvation. That is our right.
Yeah. Oh, you preaching. I love listening to just those that are in their word and passionate about God, because you can learn from anybody. I don't really believe in there's a lot of Christians who I believe who are just so we want everybody to just be happy, and they're not following their faith at all. And you can learn from a Muslim. You can learn from, I learned from Hebrew Israelites. Actually, that's how I got more passionate.
Black Israelites.
Yeah. That's how I got
very passionate.
Very passionate.
There's a lot of very valid claims of what they say.
Yeah. They are.
What happens to tribes? There was 12 tribes. The religion today is called Judaism. That's one was, for example, from the Muslim, it was called the Children of Israel, the tribes of Israel. Yet the religion is named after one tribe.
Right.
Judea. The rest of the tribes. I don't think God chose any nation above any nation. He did choose the children of Israel, the Israelites, to receive revelation. From our perspective, they started changing the books. They started killing the prophets. We believe that they tried to kill Christ. You believe they did. That's another difference between Muslims and Christians. We don't believe that Christ actually was the one on the cross. We believe the one who betrayed him was the one hung on that cross.
Really?
Yes. Which, and again, that's not what this episode's about, but who knows, maybe in the future we'll do it. But for me, that made more sense in the sense because when you read John 15 and John 16, you read Matthew 26, he's praying for help. If Jesus knew he's coming to die for me, why is he praying to be saved? If he's divine, who's he praying to? God gets prayed to.